Has started off on a very good note. Welcome to July. We're grateful to God because it's the beginning of the second half of 2024. No matter how difficult things get in life, we get there. So 180 something days have gone and we are now in the second half. And my confidence is always is that the protection, the blessing, the grace, the goodness, and the favor of God that brought us here will keep us going. Yesterday we had great interviews and thank you so much for the feedback. Remember, we are just literally walking on water here. So we are no experts, but I believe that if you don't start, you will never start. So we have started. One of the key features and notably key features of what we do in JAAMA FM would be showcasing what people do, Gambian, non-Gambian, people whose hearts are for advancement, progress, development, growth, legacy, and posterity. I'm a firm believer that this country can go places by virtue of our size and everything that we have put together, the intelligentsia and the niceness, the weather, the size, everything. And there are so many people doing many things, and until they are mainstream, we may not know. We may not know who they are. And so that's why it was so great and honoring for me to talk to Mr. Mohamed Tunkara yesterday, Sony Transfer, and obviously Ramatulai Traore was just phenomenal. And there was John Jai, and many others will be coming. Well, this evening I have with me somebody who my wife and I have really come to treasure and love just for who she is, what she does, her family. And I only have one little thing against her, is that she's doing one business that I cannot participate in. And that business is called Phenomenal Woman. So I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. And I was just saying to her about 10 minutes ago that, look, why don't you call it Phenomenal Couples? You know, so maybe even couples have a problem, they can go and while they are sparring, they can work out the problem there. But Mrs. Fatou Njie came back home to give back to her country, to pour into her country, maybe arguably more than her country poured into her. And I always salute and respect people who could have otherwise stayed away from the country by marriage, by choice, by the pool of their professional skill and their expertise needed and definitely remunerated well, where they would have been held like an egg, but they always want to come home because it's home. And you know, we say in Wolof Sanjumba Filanko gas or stool or something. So the umbilical cord was here, so you have to come home. Yeah. And it's not any demonic pool, it's choice. Yeah. And like every other Gambian, I loved my sugar. But I'm telling you, life has taught me some lessons that, you know, I could take sugar to court now and win sugar and everything. And Fatou has been part of my journey with what the products she has, with her food, with healthy eating. And Fatou, I'm going to introduce you, but let me talk to the audience before I introduce you, because one of the joys about knowing you is knowing you answered a pain in my heart. A couple of years ago, my wife Angela and I were shopping and we came to a furniture store, and they also happened to have kitchen hardware. And we saw this tabletop, we thought it was marble. And Angela said to him, is it marble? Or I think I was the one that said it. He said, no, no, no. It cannot be marble, my friend. Gambians like cheap. You bring marble, it will be here for a year. And I really, really was upset at hearing that characterizations that Gambians like cheap. Well, wherever that man is today, I'm sure he'll have to eat his words, because quality, taste, fine dining, gourmet eating, healthy eating, what we now call American stores, and so many things are happening. And probably, if I count the first three that took that curve for Gambia, MANNA Cafe and MANNA Bakery will be one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mrs. Fatou Njie, proprietor of MANNA Cafe, MANNA Bakery, and Phenomenal Woman, and maybe Phenomenal Couples. Fatou, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Pastor, for having me. It is always a pleasure talking to you, and you are a huge inspiration to me.
Thank you.
Angela, and the support that you have given me is unexplainable, and also I'm very, very touched always.
Thank you.
Always
Thank
seeing
you.
Angela and all your meals comes from us,
Yes.
and my staff. As Terema was telling me yesterday, if I don't see Pastor, I will call and say, I have not seen you for a while.
I know.
So yeah, so
I mean, Terema and Angela, sometimes I think their sisters, hello, Angela, how are you? Terema, can you get me? Oh, Lord. I think I should start counting how much money we give to
I
you.
know. I think we will. Yeah, it's a lot.
But, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mrs. Fatou Njie. Fatou left the Gambia many years ago, and I'm sure she speaks not just the local language. You can hear from the accent. There is a French somewhere in there, Canadian French also. And Fatou, so tell us your story. I've not done my homework well because this is not superbly journalistic. We just want to chat.
Yeah.
So I'm not digging into anything, but
Yeah.
don't be policing her. They go nalu.
Yes.
So tell me, were you born in the barracks?
I was born at Serekunda police station.
Wow.
Inside the police station.
So you're Kendula Fuere?
No.
All right, okay. So let's go.
Yes. And
So, wow.
Yes, and I was raised by my smatoma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know how that year goes.
Yes.
Yes, I was raised in Akuwe. She was
Wow.
also raised by an Aku.
Wow.
So, and I was raised that way too.
Wow.
So my mother is Senegalese, but I don't know them
Oh,
that much until lately. But
Okay.
so I was raised by this woman, Mandinka woman,
wow.
very hardworking woman,
Mm.
very, very hardworking woman. And so I've been there, and she educated me. And from there, I went to hotel school. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Gambia Hotel School.
Yes, Gambia Hotel
Did you
School.
meet Mrs. Dabo there, Maya?
No.
Okay, maybe that's
That,
way after.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there was Mrs. Dabo. There was one, I think Mr. Seka. There was late Jennifer Joyner. There was one Mrs. Adelaide Sosa's cousin.
Yeah.
That, you know, our church,
Yeah.
we used to use that place,
Okay.
Hotel School. I think it was Mr. Sanya.
Yeah.
I owe a lot to those people. So you went to hotel school?
Yes, I started with hotel school, and I did. I studied commerce at school, and
Wow.
from there we went to training at the Sheraton. So they sent us as internship. By then, Sheraton Hotel was just open. So during our internship.
So that's 2005, 2006-ish.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were also one of the many, the first people there. So
Yeah.
during our internship is when we went, about 5 of us, and we went through from one department to another to learn how hotel operation is. And after our
Wow.
internship, they hired us, and
Oh, how nice.
yes, and from there I started as a telephone operator. And from telephone operator, you get to answer the phones and respond to guests.
How did you answer the phone those days?
This is Fatou Njie. Good morning or good afternoon. Thank you for calling the Sheraton Hotel. This is Fatou.
Starwood?
Yes, Starwood, and we were trained with the highest standards.
Wow.
Yeah, it was yes. And from there, I went to reception, and from the reception, I then decided, okay, this is not what I want to do.
Mm.
I moved to finance, and I was a general accountant. I was working with. I was covering for a lot of accountants when they are away for vacation. And then I was from payroll, so there is this vacancy that was open, and it was...
So it's like unknowingly,
Yes.
God's hand was just bringing you
Yes.
through all the departments. So
Yes.
now when you own your own,
Yes.
nobody can bluff you because,
No.
look, I can answer the phone myself.
I know.
I can do the books myself.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
So you worked almost every place.
Yes. I worked there, and then from there they took me to revenue management. So usually that position is occupied by experts in the Sheraton. So these experts were about to leave, so they trained me. So I was in charge of reservation, but the analytic part of the business, which I love, because I get to work quietly without any disturbance, and I love that. But it was a challenge because I had to give presentations, and I was very scared to speak. And that is how
Public speaking.
Public speaking to all the management, expert
Wow.
management. So every single day, every single morning, I have to tell them how much money we have made and how much guests are in house, and also how much are we expecting for the focus and for the budget. How are we doing against the focus and the budget? So I was doing all of that too.
Wow.
So I was 24, 25, and I had to do that with all of them are older people, and I was the youngest among them. But they encouraged me, and they wanted me to succeed because they saw that I wanted to succeed.
And where were you living then? Because we're talking about Brufut. We didn't have these roads by then.
No, I was in Sharakunda.
And you were commuting.
Yes.
And I'm sure you were never late.
No, and I was the last one out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how did you run away from Gambia through Banjul International Airport?
So there was an opening in Tajikistan. They were opening
Ooh.
a new hotel as a revenue manager. So I applied for the job, and
Tajik, you were not afraid that place where there are
I just wanted to get out.
AK-47s are
I
everywhere?
know. I just wanted to get out of the Gambia. I just wanted to go, experience something that is different. And yeah, so I went.
What did your family think about that?
I mean, nothing.
Well,
they
now
have never,
obviously
yeah,
they're happy you did.
they're happy, but they have never heard of Tajikistan. But when it's traveling, nobody say anything as far as you're getting out of the country to send some dollars. Nobody cares where where you are going.
What's the time difference? Must be 9 or so.
No, it's about 5 or 6. Yeah, not that much.
So when you went there,
Yes.
no, is English spoken there?
No, Russian.
You speak Russian?
No, I don't. But we work in an English environment.
Okay.
In an English environment, but it's Russian speaking. So everybody around you speaks Russian. And Tajik.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you worked there for?
I worked there for about 3 to 4 years. I was director of revenue management there, in charge of rooms and reservation, and operation too. So then I met my husband there, and yeah.
Lucky man. Hello.
Yes. I met my husband there, and we got to live there for 5 years. But it was an experience.
So was this 5 after your 4 years, so total of 9?
It was together, the whole 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were both there for 5 years.
And what was he doing there?
He's a hydro engineer, so they were building the dam.
Dams and all that.
Yeah, for electricity for the country. So
All right, so far let's go back.
Yes.
25 years ago,
Yeah.
if I told you Yorda Sajikar, you are going to meet him in Tajikistan,
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe me.
No, I will not.
Wow.
And I did not even know why I was there. Until I met him is when it makes sense that sometimes it's just fate.
And then after Tajik, where did you go to?
After Tajik we were supposed to go to Tanzania, and that is when COVID happened.
Okay.
Then we came back home here, to move to Tanzania. COVID happened, and we decided to go to Indonesia. So his contract was in Indonesia, so he was working from home. And then they said, okay, they want him to go to Australia. So that was in the
all the far places.
Yes, that was the pick up. So I decided to stay here. So he went to Australia. That is when I said, okay, let me start to do something with my life. And I was looking for a bakery because he's French Canadian, so he loves his bread. Yes, we were looking for bakery. We could not find a proper bakery here, and
Wow.
so we decided to open a bakery.
Wow. Just to satisfy the Mister's French croissant
Yes.
taste.
Yes.
And because I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is no structured interview, we're just chatting.
Yeah.
When you go to Phenomenal Woman or when you go to MANNA Bakery and Cafe, the outside seating is serious wood.
Yes.
And I know
Yeah.
it was made by him,
Yes.
but he's a hydro engineer.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about him. What else?
So he loves wood, and during COVID, everybody was bored. So whilst we're here, so we were driving to Brikama, and we saw this fatafato, they call it,
Wow.
and they were just using it for wood. And he said, okay, this can be turned into something nice. So we started making furniture for the house we
Wow.
bought in Sanya.
Wow.
So we made our bedroom sinks out, in it. It was very nice. And so when I decided to open the business, so he used those fatafatos. We were going together to collect them, and he transformed them into this wood,
He's
beautiful
done a
wood. So
phenomenal job.
We have 52 pieces, and he was just doing it out of love.
And they're also nicely varnished and smooth. I really love them.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, MANNA.
Yes.
If you say to me, MANNA, I am a pastor, I'll tell you there is a verse in the Bible
Yes.
where manna came from heaven.
Yes.
Where did manna come from?
So our first name for MANNA was Pempe,
Okay.
which is bread in French.
Yes.
And then because it's spelled as PAIN, so Gambian spell is as pain. So even our
Okay.
bank account, if you see, it's
I
all
know.
still Pempe.
Artisanal pain.
Yeah,
Yes.
artisanal bakery Pempe. So everybody was saying pain. Why is the bakery called pain? And then we said, okay, we need to change the name. And my husband came up with the name MANNA Bakery. He
Wow.
said because he was in Iran, so he had manna. So it's food from heaven, and it's also in the Quran, saying that I have sent manna and quail to my, yeah.
Yep.
It's a verse in the Quran.
Yep.
So he tried manna. I tried manna. It's a little like a raisin.
Yeah.
Yes. So we call it food from heaven. So that is when the name MANNA came. And then I remember MANNA also in Wolof is someone with a, you know.
If I'm MANNA.
If I'm MANNA.
If I'm MANNA.
Yeah.
It's cool attitude.
Yeah,
you know.
cool attitude.
It's swag.
Yeah, swag. And, you know,
Wow.
both names are very,
Right.
yeah,
And
descriptions are very deserving.
how did you choose the venue? And we'll just go for MANNA before we touch Phenomena.
Yes. For MANNA, it just happened because we are people that believe that whatever is meant to be comes to us. We don't have to work too hard to make it happen. So
But you're not lazy, of course.
No.
Okay.
No.
I know you're not.
I know. But we work hard and leave it in the hands of God, and it comes to us. So we don't force it.
So did you have any fear that MANNA would work? Because, you know, sometimes the stats seem to show that people open things in 3 years, they die, somebody else opens. 3 years. I have a friend who wanted to open something somewhere around Kairaba Avenue, and I said to her, go ahead.
Yeah.
She said to me, Pastor, they say the place is jinxed. People open it, it closed. I said, what jinx? Go, we will unjinx it. What do you mean? Said, Pastor, it is jinxed. Something is there.
Yeah.
So did you have fears like that when you were coming? Did you have any fear that whatever you do will work?
Yes and no.
Because there is bread,
Yes.
Fatou.
Yes.
There is tapalapa.
Yes.
There is senfur.
Yes.
There is, excuse me to say, Nigerian bread.
Yes.
So
But
there's a niche you were looking for.
Exactly. So when we wanted to open MANNA, we went around and to research.
You did your survey.
We did our survey. We could not find sourdough bread. We could not find bagels. We could not find whole wheat bread with seeds and healthier bread. And most of the bread that we find is full of sugar, and the products that are used to make the bread is not healthy enough. So we even went to Senegal. We went to Dakar, the main bakeries there. We bought all the bakeries, the bread, we put them on the table. We wanted to work with a couple of chefs, so we went with them to Dakar. We rented an apartment, we stayed there, and then we were researching for what we wanted, and we tell them this is exactly what we wanted. But then we end up not, when we came back, we could not work with them because they could not give us what we want. They did not understand our vision. So when my husband went back to Australia during the COVID, and I went there to join him, I decided to learn how to make sourdough bread myself.
Commerce, okay. Born in Sarakunda Barracks, did commerce, Sheraton, Tajikistan,
Yeah.
Tanzania or not, Indonesia,
Yeah.
Australia,
Tajikistan, yeah.
Dakar.
Yeah.
So you learned to make the bread.
Yes. So I study how to make sourdough bread, and because sourdough is, and I talking about it always, I feel emotional about it. It's beautiful. When you make sourdough bread, you see that you don't put yeast there. It's a natural, how do you call it again, between the.
Is that the one you dip in, like olive oil or something?
Yes,
like
you can do that too.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
so you can, but you don't put yeast in it. You just look at the flour and water, and you make a bread just out of flour and water, and you put flour and water together, and then it become alive. The bubbles comes out.
Wow.
So the temperature matters, and also the water that you put there. Water, it matters too, because you don't put water with chlorine. It kills the sourdoughs. Humidity also matters a lot. So it's like a whole science experiment. So you have to monitor it, and you have to leave it for 7 days before it ferments, and then from there it's the entire process. So you have to be very patient for you to make it happen. So I did a lot of trials, because the temperature in Australia and here is totally is different. So even though I learned how to do it there, I came back here, I need to
Relearn again.
relearn again how to do it. And from there, I teach my bakers how to do it. And we were in the kitchen. I remember going with Fatmata Samba in the kitchen at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
So those girls working with me, they have been...
Sounds like some chemical experiment in a lab.
But beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful experience.
So how did you feel when you tasted the first proper sourdough in Gambia, made by you?
Made by me. So my husband is the judge. So he knows his bread. So when he said it's good, it's good. When it's not good, it's not good. So he's very, honest with his
feedback.
So he would tell you, he would come and say it's not good. But now that I know how to make sourdough, I will look at it and tell you. I don't even have to taste it. Even the bread, my team know that. I will look at the bread and tell them, I'm sorry, this is not good today.
Wow. In fact, one of the things Angela and I noticed was you are, and Angela is health, like you, it's all health.
Yeah.
So she was like, woo, I found the place.
Yeah.
Did you have fears that until you have a restaurant where you sukur and the benechin, the dueling is running down here, then it's not going to work? Because you sort of came and started something literally different.
Yes.
Plain wonjo, sour this, and grapefruit, I can't stand that thing. And then maple leaf syrup on the side, and bagels, and you had no fears?
No, because I believed in what I was doing and I loved it. And we have lived it. And, you travel around, you see that it works, so why not Gambia? And
it's catching here because people are coming.
Oh, yes.
A little bird told me that your bread are in hot demand, conferences, workshops. I hear.
Yes.
Maybe even funerals, I don't know.
Yes, we do have funerals. So they ask for the little buns.
Wow.
The little buns that people share at the funerals. So we do have orders for that. Yeah. So hotels and restaurants that are opening also, so we do supply them some of our breads.
So if I asked you what's the signature dish or what's that special thing in MANNA apart from the sourdough, is there anything else?
There's a lot of things. It's not one thing. Because with MANNA Bakery, we prepare a lot of these things at home. And I have a garden back home.
You do?
Yes. So we grow some of our vegetables and grapefruit juice. We press them, cold press. So not with the machine and everything. So we do everything by hands. I have a team back home.
Fat, why did this healthy? Your dummy Serakunda finger. We are all the same thing. Why is all this healthy thing? Is it Tajikistan? And those people don't look like they are health freaks.
They love their sugar. Tajikistan. But growing up, the lady that raised me always talk about, the aku, Buldef Haram Jimbo Zismalipin and Dooley. Yeah. So this is something that was I was raised. Yes. And then I met my husband who is obsessed with healthy eating. So if you don't have a salad on the table during the meal, you are in trouble. So his breakfast is like a buffet. Every single day.
Wow.
You have to have the eggs, the fruits, the salad, everything there. That is how
colorful.
Very colorful.
All right. And you have 2 kids?
No, one.
The daughter?
Yes.
I hope she has liberty to eat what she wants to eat.
Yes, she does.
But not sugar.
Sugar, no, we don't. I don't have sugar at home. So when I have my Senegalese sister coming, my mother, they always say, where's the sugar? I said, I don't have sugar. They're surprised that I don't have sugar and salt because we make our own knuckles. So you don't need the salt. And that is what we are doing at MANNA too.
All right, go easy. Don't spoil people's business. No. Go easy. And let's just chat. I really want to chat because, Fatou, you mean so much to us. How does a restaurant owner operate when sometimes there happens to be other restaurants around? Do you feel like, oh, this family is coming, oh, God, bring them to me, then they go elsewhere? And then they still come to you. Do you have those fears?
No. No, we don't. Our customers come to us because they know what they're getting. Yeah.
I said to somebody once that you should be careful of a restaurant that does a lot of advertisement. The food should advertise.
Yes.
Buy one, get one free, two for the price of one.
Yes.
Be careful.
Yes.
All right. And then the other thing that surprised me about you was that when you started, you were doing literally 6 to 6. You were not going after 6 p.m.
No.
How would you make money?
Because we decided to just do breakfast and lunch. So our lunch is more of soups and salads, so light lunch. and we supply supermarkets. So the people that stays over up to all the way to 12 or 3 a.m. in the morning. So we are getting that part of the revenue from the supermarkets.
Wow.
So we don't need to open till 7. I mean, 12.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Was that Sheraton taught you that one, or
no,
it's
it comes.
just
It's just.
it just came?
It just came, you know.
Wow.
It
wow.
just came. So and the girls, you know, they need to go home earlier, and they
Yes.
come earlier, which is nice. 6:30
Yes.
in the morning, they're there. That is very
How,
rare to see.
all right. How did you get that to work? Because I know a lot of people, Gambian diaspora, who are coming home, who are pulling their hair about punctuality, about excellence, about efficiency, about taking initiative, second guessing things to
Yeah.
do. It's like, you know, as I said, the Gambia, hi, taps, banko, driver be them na, you know, how they mercy to How did you do that?
It took time to get there. We had to change a lot of people to get the right people who love what they're doing. So by loving what they're doing, so they came. I mean, the girls, they just come. I don't have to tell them that they know their time, and they, you know, they just come. They're happy to be there, so they're there on time.
You've used that word girls like 9 times here.
Yes.
So are you gender biased?
No,
So why not the boys?
I have boys. I have
But-
only
but-
2 boys. They are the bakers, and they're very hardworking.
But then the girls do the rest of it.
The girls do.
And I must say they do a good job.
Yes, yes, they're very respectful, and the young girls that are very hardworking. And it's very rare to see that in the Gambia. Yeah, that they work very hard. When they're
Wow.
there to work, they work.
They work.
Yeah, and I do.
So they're not on their phones, TikToking and watching movies and all that.
They do that, but when it comes to the work, they just work. So they don't just look at the time or anything. They just put,
They
you know.
deliver.
Yeah, they deliver. But I'm still struggling with staff, but I do have a very good ones.
Have you had a scenario where a customer was not satisfied and you were trying to explain the customer's right philosophy to them, and they were trying to maybe bring their own point of view across,
Yes, we do.
come arguing?
Yes.
How did you handle that?
I always tell them the customer is right, and they are paying for a salary. So no matter what happened, you have to bring yourself down and deal with that. And then, you know, we have to find a way around them. Every customer is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had even a session given by Fatou Njie to explain all of that
Ah.
scenario also to them. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So I have.
That's the name.
Yes,
That's the name. We got to bring Fatimas here too.
I know.
So, phenomenal woman.
Yes.
Should I say your husband got the name too?
No, I do.
All right. You know our quarrel.
Yes, I do.
Why not phenomenal couples, phenomenal men? Why not just phenomenal?
Why not phenomenal couple? First of all, you don't see a lot of men and husband and wife going to gyms here or going to restaurants.
You got to start something.
Yes.
You got to engineer it,
Yes,
push it, couples night.
yes, yes. But that is something that will take time because you know you have 2, 3 wives.
Oof,
How are you going
I
to
have
take?
one.
How are you going to
How you gonna put them?
2, 3 of them to the
It's
gym?
business for you.
Juggling you them.
What's your problem? It's business.
Yeah.
All right, and I think maybe when women are also by themselves, it's like a safe space for them
It
too.
is. It is. Phenomenal Woman is. So we wanted to open Phenomenal first, but we said we cannot tell people to walk out without talking about what they eat.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very important, and it goes hand in hand. And then we decided to open MANNA first, and then Phenomenal follows. But Phenomenal Woman is a safe space for women. Yeah, and even though they love going to the mixed gym, but being at Phenomenal is a total different experience. Yeah, I know. Just today I saw a girl that was telling me we love coming here, even if I feel not motivated at home. I just come here. It's fun, and
Wow.
they like to be together. Everybody knows each other, so it's like a big family.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
And what do you offer?
Oh, Phenomenal Woman, we do group classes. So because a lot of women, this is new for them, so we try to motivate them by giving cardio and strength classes. So people love our strength classes. And we do spinning, and also we do steps. And we have an area where if you don't want to join the group classes, you can just go and work out by yourself. And we have a trainer that is always available to give you classes whenever you need to. And also recently, because it was very difficult, also when we decided to open Phenomenal Women, we have not thought about the fact that there is not many female trainers in the Gambia. We just opened. So that was the biggest challenges for us at Phenomena, professional trainers that love what they're doing.
And there was no Fatou Njie who had gone to train herself to
No.
to be a trainer.
No.
All right.
I do train myself.
Yes.
I do a lot of spinning. I exercise a lot. I know all the workouts, but I cannot do everything.
I know.
Yeah, I'm at MANNA, I'm at Phenomenal, I'm at the Guardian, and I'm a mother and I'm a wife.
Australia.
Yeah, so
Canada.
yes. So what we done recently is we had a colleague of ours that picks girls that are training with him, and that are potential. So we have Fatou. Fatou Sisters, she's really good.
Okay, I think I met her.
Yeah, the tall one. She's really good. So she is training the girls.
All right, Fatou.
Yeah.
Stand by. Chat with Pastor Forbes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Fatou is amazing personality. So she's also into what we are doing. So we train these girls. They're really good. So we've been training them for a month. They just finished, and to our standard. And now they are training other women. So we have our own phenomenal trainers. So instead of going out there and certifying and saying, we need a certification from UK or so we have someone who is already certified. So we train them so that they can train people.
About 3 or 4 months ago, we had a tour of Phenomenal.
Yes.
The first thing that struck me was how spick and span clean it is.
Yes.
How do you make that happen?
I'm a clean
freak.
A clean freak. And
because sometimes somebody will say, no, but honey, can do cookies.
Yeah, no. Even the furnitures that my husband designed, they're designed so that they are up there, so that we can see the floor when it's clean, and they all know that.
Oh, that's what he did, eh?
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah, we talked about it. Even at home, that is how it is, because people, hide the
I know, you're telling me, I know. So the 4 legs are there.
Yes.
That's very smart.
So he embedded them inside the wall so that, you don't have to, there's no leg there to, for you to clean. So everything is well thought of.
Wow.
Yes. So it's cleanliness is our priority. So you can take a shower there. So we have people that come in the morning at 7 a.m. and walk out and take a shower, put on their clothes, and then head to work.
Wow.
Yes.
So, they're not people, by the way, they are women.
Women, yes.
So, the $1 million question.
Yes.
Phenomenal men.
Yes.
Why are we not included?
I'm trying to make enough money for Phenomenal Women, then I can open Phenomenal. But I know, but the funny thing is my clients, most of the women that comes to me, their husbands or their fathers comes and pay for them.
I told ya.
Yes.
So
they're confident and they're happy that their wives and children will go to a space that is, so you don't have to be covered to be there. They just, want to be free.
You missed a great opportunity, Fatou.
Yeah.
Second Sunday of every June, at least in America, is Father's Day.
Yeah.
You could have opened Phenomenal that day just for fathers, just for men.
Yeah.
And there'll be traffic jam all around the place. Small men, short men, big men, fat men, all kinds. But are you really happy with how it's going? You're really plumbing back into the country. You are adding value.
Yes, we are. And every time I come, I'm up by 5 a.m. and we are out there 6:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And I go home exhausted. So we put a lot of effort in it. But it's a challenge. Everything, running a business in this country, there is big challenges. So it's very easy to open a business, but to run it and to maintain it is very difficult. And
so what advice would you give to a diasporan who wants to come home and open something like you're doing? What are the 3, 4 things that they should be ready to brace themselves up for?
I think one of the mistakes that I make that I will want to tell people to do. I did not do much research
Mm-hmm.
before I decided to open the, when it comes to phenomena, the gym.
Okay.
Uh,
So it's like the professional capacity,
yes, just
is,
to get to know, yeah, that was a big challenge, a setback for us.
and then sometimes people already have their linkages and their loyalties in other places.
Yes,
And then,
yes, it's difficult to,
but you know, that I always find that strange because you know how in English they say the more the merrier.
yeah,
So no one gym can cover the whole country. No one restaurant can, no one church can. So let there be many.
for
So-
us, the challenge is not even the many gyms and restaurants. It's just because women are not into working out, especially the mothers at home. You know, we forget about ourselves.
But you're changing that.
Yes, we are
They're
changing
coming.
them. Yes.
So if I say out of 100%, how many are like mothers, wives that are coming?
Oh, I think I can say 60% are mothers.
Wow,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because we don't get to vent, we don't get to de-stress, and coming to the gym, that's what you do. This is the time.
So because I remember seeing one punching bag.
Yeah, we do.
So a woman can be say, "You stupid husband."
Yeah, you can put your husband's face on the.
Oh,
on the
no,
punching
you put the
bag.
husband's Fatou. I'm going to check. I hope my face is not. Oh, kidding you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great. And is there anything up your sleeves to start any other business?
Oh, there is plenty, but I need to slow down because I'm not here.
Yeah,
I go back and forward, and for you to
Yeah.
run a business, you have to be in the Gambia.
that's right.
Yes, so that
Keep your eyes on it.
You have to, yes, and I'm learning the hard way.
On the other hand, Fatou, what 2 or 3 things that generally could be part of the Gambian atmosphere that would just make businesses work? I mean, I know electricity
Yeah.
is probably number one.
Yes.
Anything else?
I think if you're in the service industry, we need to train people on how to serve. Everybody's opening hotels and restaurants, but we really need trainings for our staff.
Customer
care
and HR.
and HR is a big part of the problem. Everybody talks about it, but nobody's solving it.
Seems to be solving
I
it.
think that somebody should open a business about that.
Customer care and HR.
Yes.
All right. I have a friend who is watching. We talked about this last night, so I
Yes.
hope you're listening.
Yes.
Customer care and HR.
Yes.
I have people that can do that. But are you hopeful that that can change? Because
course.
sometimes we deal with attitudes here,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. It can change because, as I said, I have few staff that are
Yeah.
very hardworking, so it's a challenge. But there are few people out there that that will embrace the challenge, and they were willing to change.
So your mom's still here?
My mom is in Senegal.
Okay, so but when she comes here, does she go to Phenomenal?
No, my mother doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Doesn't believe in
But I
any
have
of
this.
those things.
But I have this woman, incredible story, Auntie, how would this called again? Auntie Ida. So she has been coming through. She said, she came to me, she said, I saw you on TV and I'm tired of taking my diabetes medication.
Oh.
And my kids have been putting me on diabetes medication, I'm tired. And she started coming to Phenomenal, and all of a sudden her diabetes is regular, and is, how do you call it again, regulated.
Mhm.
So the kids rewarded her by going to Umrah, and I hear this year she went to Mecca. So she doesn't miss Phenomena. Every single morning after her prayers, see that
Wow.
Phenomena, and she's incredible.
Wow.
She served the place so well.
Wow, look
She's
at
the
that.
mother of, she's 65.
Woo.
Yeah, she climbs the stairs and just come there and does, what she
Yes,
does.
I remember those stairs, Fatou. I was like, where's the lift?
Yeah,
And
yeah, that
yes,
is the test.
that's the test, yeah.
To when they come, oh, I'm so fit, but when you walk the stairs, before you decide, we don't have to decide, you will tell yourself that whether you are fit or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fatou, it's been nice talking with you, and we love MANNA,
Yes.
phenomenal, and we know a lot more great things would happen.
Yes.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, part of what we want to do is just to showcase outdoor, mainstream, permit the word expose, people who are doing great things. This is our own sister, our own daughter, our own friend, and we were taught that charity begins at home. Fatou has come home. There are others who are doing other things, and maybe they'll be seated here too. But this is Fatou's turn and time. And yes, we recommend it.
Thank you.
Well, you know, a radio station must not listen. We recommend it. You know,
Yeah, thank
this is us, JAAMA FM. We recommend it.
Thank you.
And we know you won't be disappointed, and I'm sure there is feedback. So, Fatou, let's come to the information. How do we get to Phenomenal? Where is Phenomenal? Where is MANNA? Is there any phone number? Is there anything that people need to know? I think that camera would help you.
Okay. Phenomenal Woman is on the Batin Hardin Highway, and we are next to opposite the Kotu Health Center, I believe. So we're just on the highway there. So you will see our sign, you will not miss it. And you can send a WhatsApp on 359-7777.
Take that again.
359-7777.
7777.
Yes,
All right.
and it's the same number also for MANNA, 359-7777. So
Okay.
I will answer all your questions that you have for both Phenomenal and MANNA. And MANNA Bakery is located at Old Dream Park. So, you know, it's not difficult to miss it. It's right in front of you as soon as you get into the building.
If you miss it, call Angela.
Yes, I remember Angela saying, I don't like the shrimp. Or don't like the shrimp. So we still remember that from the first day.
Please.
Yeah. So
Well, it's a joy talking to you, Fatou, and maybe we are biased, but when we found MANNA, I was at a place where my health needed it, and since then it's default. You know that.
yes.
Terema knows that. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, all the girls know that.
And thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, viewers, this is it. I've just been chatting with Mrs. Fatou Njie from Gambia to Tajikistan, through marriage to Canada, to Australia, Saudi, Sanyang, to JAAMA FM, and still moving. And Auntie Ida, we love you. Maybe we can get her here too to tell her story, because there's so many great stories happening in this country that we need to bring up and kill the politics and the Hassan tear that goes on in the country. We are tired. Let's have a breath of fresh air. Somebody's doing something. Let's celebrate it and give God glory for it. Fatou,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
thank
for
you so
having me.
much.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll come again with something else.
Yes.
You're a visionary.
Yes, I am.
And when you come, we're here.
And I still remember that the word again. It takes what is it called again? Fit and
Faith. It was very funny. Maybe Amadou has forgotten. He said, Pastor, I have noticed your building.
Yeah.
I said, yes. He said, Pastor, Dekapi, anything you want to do is fit and faith.
Yeah.
Then he said to me, Yo, I'm going to faith. Man, fit la.
Yeah. I believe in that.
Yes. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, until I come your way with another person, I think I'll call it tonight and maybe watch some football. Shalom. God bless you. Remember, this station is JAAMA FM. It's Radio Vision, radio and television. We are still working out so many things. But our motto says, shaping minds and transforming lives. And that's what Phenomenal and MANNA Bakery and many others are doing. All right. So, folks, let's love. Let's not hate. You know, another restaurant, they will sit here. It's fine. Good night. God bless.